Go.
Welcome to the All Things Sports Podcast, episode 9. As you can see, we're in person with the boys. Yes, sir. First in-person episode. We're going to be trying to do more of these. Obviously, it's tough with school, but school's ending, summer's coming up, so we'll be doing a lot more in-person. You'll see some at my house, some at Nate's house. We also were thinking about having some special guests on.
Like we said last episode.
So if you can, it would help us out a lot if you liked this video and you subscribed. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok. The links will be in the description. Instagram will help out a lot because we're DMing players on there, professional players. And the more followers that you have, the more likely they are to respond, and we could get a feature. I would also like to know if you guys would be interested in us interviewing a Sharks player and the MV Sharks. I don't know about it, but they do play college baseball, and they could have a chance to go to the pros. You know, we could cool insight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to add?
No. Get into it. Boston Sports Weekly Roundup. Start with the Sox. Playing good. Kept playing good. Angels series 2-1. Then Toronto series 2-1. And last night against the Phillies, blew them out 11-3. Everybody's been hot. What do you got to say about the Sox?
I like what I'm seeing. Obviously, in the Angels series, they played really well. Trout didn't have a great series. Now Trout's injured for the Angels. That's too bad for them. And for baseball, really, he's an amazing player. But Matt Barnes blew a save against the Angels. I think it's his first blown save of the year.
Yeah.
But it's bound to happen eventually. He's been awesome for us. But besides that, everything was great. Kike Hernandez is actually out with an injury right now.
He's back.
He's back now, but he was out with an injury.
Yeah.
It's good to see that wasn't serious. Against Toronto, Rue in game 1 just absolutely shut us down.
Yeah.
I think we had like 4 hits or 3 hits or something.
Yeah.
Not a good game. And then we had a huge game 2. It was a blowout win. And then a comeback win in game 3. JD Martinez hit a 2-run home run. He's been staying hot. Dahlback's really heating up lately.
Yeah.
That's been good to see. Devers has stayed hot. Bogarts has stayed hot. Just like what I'm seeing with the Red Sox.
And stay in the MLB, just won 20-1. The Brewers won. You see that?
Yeah, no, it was the Braves. The Braves Pirates. The Pirates are so bad. It's playing a double-A team every night.
Yeah. All right, on the Celtics playing game, I had my doubts. Everybody had their doubts. But Tatum showed up. 50 points in the playing game. Wizards beat the Wizards by 18. Kemba had 29-1 drawback. They were the only people to score. And second highest was like Fournier with like 7, something like that. Tonight, 8 o'clock. We're recording this at 7:40, so 20 minutes. First game of the Nets. It's gonna be tough. You'll see our TikTok, see our Insta, and our predictions for that.
Yeah.
Watch later in the episode. We'll be telling you that. Anything you got to say about the Celtics?
I liked what I saw in that playing game. Obviously, you would have liked to avoid that game, but what can you do? You show up and you want it. If Tatum drops 50, who else do you really need to score? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you get a couple other guys to have like 10 maybe, but besides that, Tatum's not going to do that every night, though, and that's important to note.
Mm-hmm.
The real question mark, we'll talk about this later, is will they be able to keep up with the Nets scoring-wise? But it was a good sign in the playing game.
Yeah. On to the Bruins. Game 1, we lost in OT. It was a tough match. But this series is so physical. There was 92 hits in game 1. For perspective, a regular NHL game, average is 30 hits.
That's insane. I mean, there's a playoff game, so you expect it to be bounced up a little bit, but
it's crazy. Yeah. Then game 2, also to OT. We won that 4-3. It was great. And then game 3, they just keep the OT going. Went to double OT. The Capitals Bruins was like 12 straight playoff series matchups, all go to OT.
Yeah, this series has been awesome to watch. Obviously, they won game 4, 4-1.
Yeah.
I was listening to those radio guys, the Boston radio guys.
Yeah.
They were saying that when Chara's out on the ice, they're so glad he's not on Boston.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a giraffe on skates.
They just got to skate circles around him. He's slow.
Yeah.
That's really what we got to do. Hopefully we don't blow this series.
Tuukka's been awesome also.
Tuukka's been pretty good. Yeah.
That's basically it. And then with the Patriots, literally nothing. There is nothing to talk about besides. I mean, we did our predictions. Was it last episode? But Mac Jones. There's a battle in training camp, so we'll be keeping you guys updated once training camp starts with new news and stuff with that.
And one rumor is the Julio might want to play for the Pats.
I mean,
that'd be insane.
I'm down to get Julio Jones. You know.
I don't know with the money, but
yeah,
trade
but
or something.
they could make it work. They could make it work.
If he wants to come, I think Bill will definitely make it.
We got the cash, Julio. Come on, buddy.
So on to our main segment. Our playoff predictions. NBA playoffs started today. First game went to OT, obviously, because it's playoff basketball. The Bucks beat the Heat with a Middleton game winner with 0.5 seconds left.
Yeah.
The Clippers lost today to the Mavs.
To Dallas.
And next game, like we said earlier, is the Celtics. So we have different predictions. Let's get into it.
All right, so
get this up.
Basically, I think are we going to start off with my predictions?
Yeah, you go through.
All right, so basically,
I got it.
When we did this, we had done this before. We had made our brackets, but this was before Memphis played Golden State, and neither of us expected Memphis to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to redo our brackets. And in this series, I have Utah winning. In 4 games. I have them sweeping Memphis. I think John Morant's going to have a great series, but I just don't think it'll be enough to keep up with all of Utah's firepower, especially with guys off the bench that can score. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And he's going to have a tough time scoring inside with Gobert in there. In my second one, I have Dallas in 6 games. This is a revenge from last year when they played in the bubble. The Clippers won. I know Luka had that crazy highlight, so everyone remembers that. But the Clippers did eventually win the series. So I have Dallas winning this in 6. They won game 1. Great job by them. And a healthy Porzingis means a healthy Dallas Mavericks and a winning Dallas Mavericks team. Yeah. So if he can stay healthy, I think Dallas has a good shot in this series. In this series, Portland versus Denver. I've been going back and forth with this one. You know what I'm saying?
It's tough for me.
But I don't know. I feel like it's Dame's time. It's Dame time. You know what I'm saying? Dame's time. It's Dame time. But I think that this is the year where Portland has a shot to go deep in the playoffs. I have Damien Lillard winning this series in 7 games.
7.
A crazy clutch game. In game 7, I think he's going to have one of those memorable moments, those memorable shots that he has. Mm-hmm. And then in this series, the Lakers Suns, I know the Suns are the 2 seeds, but I think the Lakers still might be favorite.
Yes, the first time in Vegas odds that the Lakers are a 7 seed is favored over a 2 seed.
Yeah, I love this Phoenix Sun team. I think Chris Paul's an amazing player, but I mean, it's LeBron James. I don't think the Suns are going to be able to keep up with the Lakers. I have Lakers winning this in 5 games. I think the Suns are going to win 1 because they're a good team, but I don't have anything other than that. Moving on to the East, Philly versus Washington. There was this guy that bet $5 million earlier this year that Washington would win the NBA title. I'm afraid that guy is going to lose a lot of money. I have Philly winning this series in 4 games. I think Westbrook and Beal, they're good, but they're not going to be able to play defense on Joel Embiid. They're both 6'4", and they're not going to be able to score with the Sixers. Yeah. The Sixers are the 1 seed for a reason. Embiid's going to carry them through that.
This was also a game that if the Celtics had lost to the Wizards, the first playing game, that if we beat the Pacers, we wouldn't play the Phillies, which I would have preferred over Brooklyn. But I'm glad we got the win, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics own Philly. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, Joel Embiid's trash.
And in the next series, we got Hawks Knicks. I like this series a lot because the Knicks haven't been to the playoffs for a while and the Hawks haven't been. I have the Knicks winning this one in 5 games. New York. Where they're gonna win this series, I think. Julius Randle's been stepping up this year. Moving on to this series, first game was today. I had Milwaukee winning this game in 6 games, I think. I'm gonna stay with my prediction on that one. Akumpo, he's been so good. He's one of the best players in the world, if not the best.
He's got Middleton too.
He's got Middleton too.
Middleton scored 27 today. Middleton's he's an underrated player. Really.
The Heat beat him last year. The Bucks are going to want some revenge. It's the same sort of story as Dallas and LA for me. I think the Bucks win this one in 6. And moving on to the Celtics versus Ness. I want the Celtics to win so badly, but I mean, you just think are they going to be able to keep up with Harden, Durant, and Kyrie scoring? With Jaylen Brown, maybe they have a shot, but without Jaylen, I don't know. Especially, I mean, if they can take James Harden and completely take him out of the series, like just double team him, force him to turn the ball over, that's the only chance they have in my books. But if they let those guys score 30 each, there is no way they win. But I'm a true Celtics fan. I'm a true believer. I have the Celtics winning this game. No, I'm joking. I have the Celtics winning in 7 games. Let's go Celtics, please, Celtics. And
it'd be
now
a miracle. It'd be a miracle. That'd be the greatest thing ever.
Now moving on, we have the 1 seed versus the 5 seed, Dallas versus Utah. I originally had Golden State beating Utah and then Golden State beating Dallas here. But since Memphis won, I have Utah winning. And I have Utah winning again, actually, in this series. And I have it not being close. I have them winning in 4 games. I think Dallas's bench is not going to keep up with Utah's bench. They're going to have guys like Jay Crowder, Joe Ingles. Like, all those guys can come and shoot. Jordan Clarkson's been awesome this year. Yeah. I just don't think Dallas is going to be able to win a game that series. And then for Damien Lillard versus LeBron James, I finally have the King getting dethroned. Well, he's not actually getting dethroned, but I think Lillard's going to beat the Lakers. Crazy clutch game 7 again. Portland's having some crazy playoff magic. You always got to have one of those teams that's having some crazy playoff magic. So
well,
those are my 2.
LA beat Portland last year, so another revenge.
Yeah, another revenge one, yeah.
Like you're talking about.
Now in this one, I have Philly beating New York in 4 games. I like the New York story, but I just don't see them beating Philly. And Milwaukee, Boston, I think the Celtics can, if they can get to Milwaukee, I think they can beat Milwaukee. Like, I would much rather have played Milwaukee than Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. I think the Celtics can win this series in 6 games. Giannis is really good, but if you can shut him down a little bit, you basically you have the Bucks where you want them. You want them having those other guys having to step up like Middleton. And then let's go on to the Western Conference Finals for me. I've been going back and forth with this in my head. I want Lillard to win this. I want Lillard to win this. The Jazz are a really good team, though. And Gobert is going to be tough to score on. But I came to the conclusion that Portland is going to win this series in 5 games. 5 games. Portland is going to win this series. They're going to the NBA championship this year. You got to have one of those Magic teams. The Jazz, they have a great bench, but I think Lillard's going to play like 40 minutes a game, and he's going to absolutely cook them. It's going to turn into a Mitchell versus Lillard, which is what the Jazz don't want to have happen. They want to be able to play team basketball, and if Mitchell tries to take over, he's a great player, but he can't keep up with Damian Lillard. So I have Portland winning that series in 5 games. And in the East, I finally have Boston losing in 5 games. I just don't think they'll be able to stop Joel Embiid. I really would like Boston to win, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. And in the NBA Finals, I have Philly winning in 4 games. Blazers' playoff magic comes to an end. Joel Embiid finally brings Philly a championship.
76ers.
I have the 76ers winning it all this year.
All right. I paused it. Oh, no. We're still live. We're live. We keep it going. On to my picks. Resume the share. All right, on to my picks. Utah, Memphis. Note to point, Donovan Mitchell has been out, but he's going to be back for game 1. That's why I have Utah, same as Toby, in 4. It's pretty easy in my opinion. And same as him, I would have had the Warriors. I would have had them beating. Now we got Clippers, Mavericks, and I think going back and forth. I like Luka. He's like a 30-point triple-double easily tonight. And I see him getting 2 games and the Mavs also, their team winning another game. But I got Clippers in 7. I think they're going to bounce back.
What?
Everybody's saying that it's all they got to do something. They got to do something. That super team they made over there. Let's see how far I have them going. And this series, going back and forth, Denver, Portland, and it's the MVP, Jokic. He's insane.
Oh, boo! Curry's the real MVP.
Denver in 6. They got Portland. I'm not a fan of Dame. I don't think he's good. He'd be a regular point guard if it wasn't for his game winners.
Dame Dollar, man.
Denver in 6. This one, Phoenix, LA. I got Phoenix. They're Devin Booker, Chris Paul. Chris Paul is gonna beat his friend LeBron, and Phoenix is going far. Phoenix is going far.
How many games?
They're a solid team. I'm gonna go put them in 7 games.
You don't think Anthony
Chris
Davis
Paul.
is going to dominate down low against Ayton? And
I think Chris Paul is gonna dish it out to Devin Booker. Devin Booker is gonna average 35 points per game in this series.
maybe. We'll see.
And Phoenix dethrones LA in the first round. Over to the East, I got Philly in 4. Pretty simple. Embiid's gonna dominate. Nothing else to talk about. This one, I'm surprised you didn't have Atlanta. I thought you would be Atlanta.
I
fan.
love Trae Young, but I don't think he's a playoff point guard.
I got Knicks as well in 7. In 7. I got that game going far, and Julius Randle stepping up. You know, the New York's teams are good. They're good. Miami, Milwaukee, and despite Milwaukee beating them in OT today, I have Miami coming back and winning this series just like last time. And then Giannis is going to be talking about the trade rumors in the offseason, forming a super team.
Send him to Boston.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with that. Miami in 6. And this one, Brooklyn, Boston. As much as I want to pick Boston, I don't see them standing a chance against Brooklyn. They don't have Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
And they have Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, my Boston pick was more of a prayer, but I do think that if they get into the second round, they could beat Milwaukee or Miami, whichever team they play.
I totally agree with that. But I don't see them beating Brooklyn. I just don't. I'm sorry. And I have Brooklyn beating in 6. All right, on back to the West. Utah, LA. I got LA making a run this year. The Clippers, by the way. Clippers making a run this year. Kawhi is going for another championship. He's going to tie LeBron, and then Kawhi rumors are going to be back again. Paul George is going to knock off. He's going to have great playoff series. This is tough because Utah is such a good team, and like everybody's like still doubting them, even though they've proved and been the 1 seed. But I got LA in 7.
Ooh.
LA's 2 game 7. They gotta have some magic, like you said about Portland. I got LA being that team. Denver, Phoenix. Denver, they don't have Jamal Murray, so I feel like if you just stop Jokic, you can beat him. And I got Phoenix beating them in 6.
That's
Phoenix.
why I have Portland winning, because I think without Jamal Murray, they're so one-dimensional with Jokic that.
But I feel like Portland's so one-dimensional with just.
They have McCollum though.
I know, but like McCollum's McCollum. Like
yeah.
They have Dame Lillard. Like they have Aaron Gordon. You know, they have other like decent players.
Yeah.
So that's why I have Denver beating Portland, but then losing to
Phoenix.
Philly, New York. I have Toby's champion losing.
Oh my God, you're on drugs. You're literally on drugs, bro.
Julius Randle is gonna go off. You know, the Knicks are depth. They're a fun team to watch. RJ Barrett, all of them are gonna beat 76ers.
Who's stopping Joel Embiid?
Who's stopping Joel Embiid? Let Joel Embiid score 40. He's been against the Celtics series in the past years. He's been having 30 points per game. He's been dominating, but the Celtics have still won.
Yeah, that's because the Celtics have guys that can step in there and get a stop when they need to.
Knicks in 6.
Who on New York would actually step in there and get a stop?
Julius Randle.
He sucks. He's like 6'7". He can't play defense. He's good on offense.
Julius Randle is going to step up. Derrick Rose is going to have great playoff series.
I think that's going to happen, but I don't think they're going to be able to.
It's going to be a battle of New York for the Eastern Conference. Going to be the craziest series.
If the Nets
Brooklyn
beat Boston, they win the championship in my book.
Yeah.
And
you'll see a little hint there. I got Brooklyn 7 though. Miami's gonna battle.
Miami's going 7. All right.
They're going 7. Jimmy Butler is gonna keep putting it up. Hero's gonna have 1 game where he wins it. Then Hero's trash. It's terrible. But they'll get it to 7. They'll get it to 7. LA Phoenix. Clippers versus Suns. I think the Suns are going to lose to the Clippers.
I would agree with that one.
Clippers are going to the finals. This one's also going 7. LA is 3 series matchups that all gone to 7.
You gotta
On
have
to,
stars to win, and Phoenix has like Chris Paul and Devin Booker,
Yeah.
but are they as good as Paul George and
they aren't.
Kawhi?
They aren't. It's
Yeah.
just plain and simple. And Clippers, they're a good team. They're a good team. They formed the super team last year, but they didn't do anything with it. And this year's not going to be a bust. On to the best series. New York, Battle of New York. It's going to be crazy. Stephen A. Smith's going to be going crazy. I got Brooklyn in 7. I have New York getting them to 7, and they're going to win their home games. That's what it's going to come down to. Brooklyn's going to win their home games, and so is New York going to win their home games. Brooklyn in 7. This game, it's about the star power. And, although LA is super good defensively with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, I just see Brooklyn. They're going to win it. This year's not going to be a bust for them. It's going to be worth it. And they're winning in 6.
You have Brooklyn going 6-7, 7-6.
Yep.
What?
They're there. They have the star power.
If I have Brooklyn winning, I have them winning, like, sweeping every series.
Another thing about this, though, it's going to be a big slap in the face because everybody was like, Danny Ainge, like, he was running circles around the league, he had the best trade with Paul, like, all that. Now they face him. Oh, look what we have. We have all the stars. We're going to slap you. That trade didn't matter.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn going to be my champions. And I think that wraps it up for this episode.
Thank you for watching. As I said earlier, you can follow the Instagram and the TikTok. They'll be in the description.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll come out with episode 10 next week. That was voice correct. We'll come on episode 10 next week. And go Celtics.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peace
out.
Oh my God.
We're trying to end it.
If they get this far.
Comment. You guys are dumb in the comment section or something.
No, don't do that. You're a loser.